Guys, welcome back to the channel. So a couple of weeks ago, Cleveland entered back into the driver market for the first time in a little while. The new one has come fully loaded with adjustable sleeve and basically everything that modern drivers are now attaching to their products.
Yeah, I can see this one can go from 9 degree all the way up to 12, and then there's a couple settings at the 10.5, which is in the center. So it gives you a few options in there. It
does. So half-degree increments all along the way.
Nice.
Can also go as much as 3 flat, should you want it.
Oh wow, that's
so playing with that lie angle. So nice little feature for the people who, when they're playing at certain lengths, and that's another kind of feature with this. There is 2 different options. You can have the kind of distance mode, and you can have accuracy mode.
Right.
Distance mode being the long shaft at 45.75, accuracy being 44.75. We've seen that before.
That's a good idea too.
Yeah, it is a good idea. So you're not just pushed towards one way, and I think that's where the previous generation of Cleveland drivers kind of fell short. It was, here you go, and if this works for you, then great, and if not, sorry, there's nothing we can do. That's not the case with this.
No, this has actually got a little bit of a fitting option built into it, doesn't it?
Definitely, very much. And some of the tech that we've seen in parts of the other, Cleveland Strixon family, we're seeing rebound frame, which we've heard before in Strixon. We're seeing the sort of 8 gram plug that's down the shaft to offset a little bit of the length.
Okay.
So it brings the swing weight down a little bit, so you can kind of get some mass in the heads, but still swing it nice and quickly.
Yeah.
And that you could argue that is Exio technology. They have that in some of their products.
Right.
So it's nice they're pulling from other parts of the family, which makes sense.
It does make sense, absolutely. And we've had a lot of requests recently for certain clubs to test them in their stock form, and we are doing that.
We are doing just that.
This is a Project X Cypher.
Initial impressions on the look?
I don't mind it. It's definitely pretty elongated from front to back, but I think obviously meant to be quite a forgiving driver. I think it reminds me of probably like the Callaway, the Max model that gives you a bit more shape back there. But I think the flat finish and everything, it hides it well. It doesn't look like over the top big. The face looks a little bit shallow, which I think people might like. It kind of feels like you can get the ball up in the air easily. I think it's a pretty good looking driver. I mean, it's not going to be for the person who likes hitting, low spin fades and eliminating a certain side of the golf course, maybe in this configuration, but I think it's a good looking club.
The kind of shape, the geometry, of the head, Cleveland have managed to extract the most or the highest MOI they've ever had in a driver.
Okay.
So that's the reason for the shape. So obviously as we go longer, as we go lighter, we pull weight up the shaft to try and offset head mass. You're trying to do all those things, but not at the expense of accuracy or forgiveness. So they have managed to kind of boost the MOI a little bit. So it'll be interesting if we do see a couple of sneaky mishits here and there,
and see where they fly.
Yeah, what we see in the result of those.
Love it.
Alrighty. That's lovely there, Matty boy.
It felt pretty good.
Detect a slightly high spinner there, so not too bad. Launch and spin actually, so
let's hit a bit better. Got some more legs.
Yeah, that definitely had more air under it. Interestingly, hitting quite a similar spot.
Maybe just face open the first time, face closed that time.
That's nice.
It's a good one there.
That's really nice. Really nice.
I feel like I'd probably hit that one a little bit high in the heel as well. So I think in terms of keeping the ball in play for some mix of strikes, it seems to do a pretty good job.
Okay. Yeah, you found a little home for that strike, haven't you?
Yeah. That one was hit a little better, I think. Had some more speed on it. Just got the spin up a little. But better ball speed on that one.
So really what we're looking at is, for you, Matty, is a one-way ball flight, which is nice.
Just lovely, yeah.
Like that.
It's great.
You know, we're 3 that are right down the pipe, and you know, 2 that really were 2 of the very first ones we hit. One of the things, guys, that is a kind of fitting no-no is this amount of variability in the height of the ball. We never want to see 40 feet of difference in kind of trajectory, you know, regardless of these carry numbers looking somewhat similar. Interesting enough to see, look how consistent the launch is.
Okay, so really just the spin numbers.
Spin and speed.
Spin and speed.
Yeah, of the 3 variables, launch is the most consistent. It's the spin and the speed that are most variable there. 140s is a shade in the high side.
Yeah.
Let's head over to the club data. Let's see what we've got going on. We are too much toe up for you. That's one of the reasons the ball is going to the right.
Gotcha.
Delivery is really nice. Such a nice spot right there, 3 and 3. As we always kind of say with quad, probably just, you know, a little tight on efficiency there. I would imagine efficiency is a little better than that. 120. These are your first swings on a Monday morning, so probably, you know, a couple of miles an hour exaggerated, but
for sure,
no issue with that. Right, let's do a little bit with it.
Okay.
That's nice.
That's a different flight. Looks like it took off lower to my eye there. Felt a bit in the heel, but I can't believe how straight that went. Wait till you see where that strike is.
Is that right?
That's unbelievable. I thought that would go nowhere. Oh, it's so far in the heel.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's still done really well for you, hasn't it?
And it's got speed, like it had ball speed too.
It's a very different flight, isn't it?
Yeah, now when I catch it a bit high in the face, you can actually hit a bullet like that.
Yeah. It's reaching a nice apex there, but it's very, very flat once it gets there. Yeah, as you said, the strike, it was a touch high, but 104 feet, really, really good.
Is that what it went up to? Wow.
Yeah.
That one's hit really well. That's a nice flight.
You look to be enjoying yourself over there, Matty.
Yeah. I mean, it's, let's be honest, a little lower maintenance than most of the stuff we try, isn't it?
Lower maintenance, and what springs to my mind when I'm watching you hit these is this is for a player who could do with some launch.
Totally, and I can, and spin.
Yeah. It looks like the spin is very manageable if we kind of pop over. I mean, that's a great little selection there.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, bring the spin down, but it's the kind of the standard deviation over bringing the launch down. And obviously, this is you know, playing with loft. This is not revolutionary stuff here, but
no.
You know, ball speed will go up, launch will come down, spin will come down. Yep, dynamic lies came down 2 degrees, which is good. Delivery stayed exactly the same. So really on the ball data, I mean, all that we're seeing going to the right, you know, lie angle induced for sure.
Interesting.
The face is sitting a little bit open now. We started off at 9.5 flat. I just put it down to 9.
Did you just at the end there? Yeah.
Just popped it into the 9 degree position, and it's still got plenty of height to it.
Well, I like to see that. I think normally, well, every 9-degree driver that was made this year, I can't launch 12 and 2300.
No.
I would be 10 and 18 if I'm lucky, right?
Yeah.
So I can see that if you can start to get, I think for me, it's taken me a bit to get comfortable with striking it in the right spot. And then it looks like the ball speed is comparable to most.
I mean, that's as good as anyone's.
Yeah, you can hit some really cool drives with this.
The extra MOI is designed to let you kind of have at it a little bit and you know, let it loose and see what you can sort of get it to. I mean, you're kind of cruising those at 169, 170 ball speed, hitting it awfully straight.
Got a little more pep to it.
Yeah, launches up, but the spin has stayed down. The carries went forever.
That's a nice flight.
So I think the one thing we haven't touched on, Matty, is that, you know, we've got a lot of things going on here. Lots of definitely performance, we can say that for sure. But you've got a lot of technology going into this, and it's quite a lot cheaper. $399.
It's a good deal, isn't it?
Yeah. It's 399 actually. I think there's a lighter version for slower swing speeds. It's 349.
That's a good one. Okay.
So, but 399 is a stock USD.
Right.
As a stock price is pretty good.
It's very competitive. Yeah, great option. Well, I think Ping has been the high MOI kind of king for so long.
Yeah.
Maybe at times does get on the heavier side though. So maybe something like this that is a bit of a lighter total product, but is, as I can see, I mean, we struck this thing all over the face. It's very stable. This might be a little competitor to that option, because I think until now, basically it was like, well, do you want to get the straightest driver you can find? It was always ping, ping, ping.
Yeah.
This might be worth looking at.
Definitely. And I think as a fitting option in here for people who are coming in not looking to spend $1,000 on a driver or something like that. You know, there are a few shafts in our wall now. There's the new VA Badass shaft that's
right.
$199. You know, this head's going to be coming in at probably Canadian, you know, $499, $529, somewhere in that region, I would imagine. So pair those up, and you're getting a kind of custom product for the price of a stock product,
a stock Titleist
from all
or
the
something.
other companies.
Yeah,
Good
point.
Worth an option.
This was better than I would have expected.
Interest,
Yeah, I think I really kind of like warmed up to the shape as well. I think it's because it's the matte finish on top.
Yeah.
It's obviously a bigger driver, but it's very symmetrical. It looks good. And you do kind of feel like, well, I don't have to put the perfect strike on this.
Yeah.
Because the results were, I think, pretty consistent.
And thoughts on that and that shaft? Obviously not you know, ideal for you, but
it felt okay given.
Felt okay.
I'm
Didn't
obviously
feel like it was all over the map.
No, I mean, I'm probably overstressing it, but it didn't feel like I wouldn't have turned around to you and go, oh, we need to switch the shaft up.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that even if someone has a bit of speed, just get the appropriate flex, give it a shot. I would think you'd have a decent time with it if it suits your timing. I think for me, it suited it well enough. Okay,
guys, I think that's another good little addition to the market, the driver market. Price point, performance, some great tech. Cleveland are back in the game, which is nice. They've made great drivers in the past. The Launcher is an iconic series. You know, there's many you know, good additions of Launcher drivers in the past. I can think back to seeing people drive really well with.
Yes.
So they do have some good lineage and good DNA in there to kind of pull from. And like we talked about at the start, you know, taking a bit from Strixon, a bit from Zexio, adding that in there, you know,
that's huge.
It's a nice package.
Yeah, I think now that they've done that, you're right. It's actually really quite advanced and at a good price that people associate Cleveland with saving them a little bit of money, but now it's really packed with stuff. I think it's a good one to look at.
It definitely is, Matty boy.
Okay,
guys, good stuff. If you're in the market and looking to maybe save a few bucks, I'd give that one a little try. It definitely seems like, as I said, it's one for the people who are looking for the higher launch out there. If you do kind of get it a little pitchy, little spinny, even on that low settings, I don't think this is kind of going to be the one for you with how much that back is, you know, pulled away from the face. Bringing that CG deep and low, like we always talk about, that's what kind of gets that high launch, low spin ball flight. So if you are looking for a flatter flight, maybe this isn't the one. And if you're struggling to get it up in the air, maximize carry distance, it's definitely something to try on the list.
Love it.
Good stuff. Okay, stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.